What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Too Many Opinions podcast. This is Sarah.
This is Jeannie.
Oh, Jeannie, what's going on?
You came back with a tan.
Girl, you know I was out in them. I was out there. Sun's out, buns out. You already know the motherfucking vibe.
Yes, how was your vacation?
Girl, it was so good. When I tell you, do you remember the time that I went to the aquarium with Jace? And it was like a complete meltdown. We lasted there. I drove to Boston and we lasted in the aquarium for 5 minutes.
No, I didn't know that.
Girl, this was one of my like moments of mothering where I was like, yo, this is not made for the week.
Right.
Like my boy, woo, I done caught, like it was just, it was a full
shit show.
Terrible 2 meltdown.
Okay.
I will never go to the aquarium again, at least until he's able to communicate, which he is communicating, but you know, like emotionally.
A little older.
Yeah. Okay. I was expecting that at least 3 or 4 times throughout the trip. Girl, he was a fucking angel. My baby was an angel, so well behaved.
Maybe it's just the East Coast that like, get me out of here.
You know what I think it is too, in all honesty, is that because I work from home, he always sees me on my laptop. Even if I'm not always at my laptop, he sees it open, propped up. Whereas this one, I was really like disconnected. Like I wasn't posting on social media. I wasn't doing, like I really wasn't even scrolling on TikTok. I was just focused on being in the moment and being present. Mm-hmm. So I felt like that definitely played a part too, but it sucks because it's like, we got to make money too. Mommy got to work. Mommy got to work.
Right.
It's either I'm here with you or you know, he'd have to go to daycare and be with someone else. And
right.
Like,
that's even worse.
Right. So, but all in all, it was so good. My boy came back fully potty trained. So all the potty training mamas, you can do it. What a success.
That's fire.
Amazing.
No more diapers. Not pull-ups.
No more diapers. No pull-ups.
Oh, he's
done.
He's accident free. That's it.
Yeah. He still has accidents, which is expected, but it's like once in a while, like if he's really tuned into playing, and I'm like, oh, let's go potty. But if not, you know, girl, you start to pick up on the sign.
Yeah, boys are like that. I had a cousin that he would rather poop himself than go inside because he wanted to.
Yeah, bro. And I'm like, boy, you better go potty right now. But yeah, so that was super good. So I'm so happy. All in all, great trip. He came back. He knows how to drink from a bottle, a cup, like, you know, like a water bottle and not spill all over him. Like he just learned so much and was grasping.
He's turning 3
tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
So when this episode drops, I will have a 3-year-old.
Wow.
Mama did it. I've overcome a lot. And
2 more years, he's going to kindergarten. Well, next year he goes to pre-K, right?
Yes, ma'am. Pre-K. I'm trying to get him on the list for school. So we will see. Cross our fingers. That'd be amazing.
Wild.
All glory to God.
Had him.
Girl.
You're like, not me. Shit. I felt this.
No. And I did. And I see this all the time. I feel like, unfortunately, because of everything that I've gone through and like just like with my divorce and all that, I didn't get to fully embrace motherhood my first year. Like I was enjoying it, but it was not the same as if I was in a loving, embraced relationship with 2 partners. Like I immediately became a single mom, you know? Mm-hmm. So
she said with 2 partners. I'm like, wait, you?
Yeah,
2
like
men
me
would
and
be,
somebody else.
2 men would be very helpful.
Listen, I'll take as many. I'll take the whole community. Like, come on in. It takes a village for real.
It does.
It really does.
I know it really does.
It really does. Like even, let me just tell you this before we get into it, and I want to hear with like your check-in. But that, like, even my brother, like, you know, my brother was in the Navy, so he has that very, like, strong, masculine voice. Mm-hmm. When I tell you my boy was in boot camp the first week, my brother would say something, he'd be like, no. And I'm like, yeah, buddy.
That's
he'd be like, listen to your mother. He'd be like, okay, mommy.
Because that's really needed.
It is. So
especially, not only is it needed, but it's needed in the presence of his mom.
Yes.
Not just because maybe his dad is, you know, maybe strict, who knows.
Oh, of course.
By themselves, but like it's important for him to see that with his mom.
Correct.
Presence.
Like other people respect my mom and I can't disrespect my mom. Right. And I think that's so important because I like my brother would say, that might be your mom, but that's my sister.
Right.
And my dad would be like, don't talk to mommy like that, or da-da-da-da, that's my daughter.
Right.
Respect her. So it was like really, really good. So I felt really good.
Supported.
Yes. Super.
Heck yeah. That's so good.
But okay, girl, go ahead. Tell us what's going on.
With me, I joined a 75 day soft challenge, whatever the heck it's called.
Okay.
I joined it with my boyfriend's family.
Ooh.
So she opened up a whole Instagram on it. So I have to be accountable. Like it starts September 1st. That's why I've been swallowing all the chips and candy that I can, because come September 1st, I really can't fuck around. Like I have to like post what I'm eating for breakfast, lunch, dinner. I have to post some kind of evidence that I worked out for that day.
Wow.
So like it's gonna be no joke, but I'm excited because I really need a change.
Amen.
I want to have energy. Yeah, I want to look good, whatever. But I just want to have more energy and more like a disciplined lifestyle rather than just, just going off by, I'm craving Wendy's today. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of that.
And I think it's so good because it not only will it help you physically, but also mentally. Like, you're going to feel better. Your confidence will go up. Even if your body doesn't change overnight, you're just going to feel better because you're putting good stuff into your body.
Exactly.
So totally on that board. I came back from vacation. I'm like, I need to get my shit together.
Absolutely.
I mean, everybody knows from the past episodes, I was not doing good the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Your girl was going through it, but I'm doing so much better. I have gotten help and all that good stuff. And I'm on a diet. I've been walking and I'm just like really getting back into like taking care of myself and focusing on me being good and just living. So I'm so proud of you for doing that because
thank you.
You know, I'm going to be tough, but nothing good comes easy.
Nothing. And before you know it, it's not tough no more because I want it to become a lifestyle for me, not like just like a diet. It's not a diet. I literally have to change the way I see food. And my aunt had a scare test. She's actually in the hospital right now.
Oh my God.
Mom.
No.
I'm like, I should not be saying names. But my cousin's mom, she's in the hospital right now. She texted me a picture and like my aunt was literally like yellow, like liver, like yellow for no, like
jaundice type
jaundice,
shit.
yeah.
Oh
and
my
she
God.
doesn't, I think she's having like a blockage right now. So they're still in the hospital.
Oh
so
my God, poor
it's kind of been like a stressful day, but
I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm gonna pray for them, all of you guys.
Thank you,
tonight,
thank
of course.
you. So it's been crazy, but I don't know. I'm looking so like forward to like the future now. There's so much good things happening.
Amen.
Just I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Kind of vibe.
Say it again. I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
That's my shit.
Same. Okay.
That's my shit. I didn't go to Puerto Rico.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get into why I didn't go to Puerto Rico, but I didn't go.
Okay.
Like I said, sometimes peace before anything is
Peace
important.
before everything, girl.
Right.
So,
Puerto Rico's not going nowhere. That's the good thing, hopefully.
you can say that again.
And so I'm going to go to Puerto Rico whenever it's my time to really go to Puerto Rico. So
Amen.
that's that.
Okay.
So we addressed that part. And then what else? Oh, I wanted to shout out 3 of my favorite influencers. I don't know why. I just had the need.
Okay.
First, shout out goes to Avery Woods. She has like a podcast too. And she's like a mom.
Yes, I've seen her.
Obsessed with Avery. I'm obsessed with you. Like one day we're going to be on, I'm telling you right now, one day we're going to be invited to her podcast.
Period.
I'm putting that out there right now. Avery.
Call us. We're there.
Sure, I'll be calling you girl, whatever. But I love her. She made, like, literally, I could be having the worst day. And you know how people be saying that cheesy line, like, you saved my life, or I could be having the worst day. No, for real, like, I can be having the worst day and watch her videos, and I'm busting out laughing.
Oh my gosh, okay, so
and
cute.
It makes me feel like this could be me in the future. Like, and it will be, you know what I'm saying?
It will be.
So I love Avery. And then, oh my God, they're all moms now that I'm thinking about it. And then the other 2 is Diana and Jayla. And they're also, like, moms. One of them has twins, which you would think that, like, I'm these kids is like aunt or something. Like I be like just loving the damn kids. Like I love her daughters so much, especially Truth. Like I'm obsessed. And then Jayla, they actually met. They're both influencers, and they actually met through TikTok and became best friends.
That's awesome.
And now they be going on trips, then brand trips, and this, and that. And I'm like, I'm obsessed. So
that is so cute. There is
that.
one influencer mom that I'm obsessed with. Her daughter dances.
Who?
She's like, I don't know, Cape Verdean. Her daughter has like wicked curly hair. I can't.
Oh, I know.
Oh my God,
she be moving them hips. Girl.
The 2 of them are just so cute. Like if I had a daughter, like that is the whole vibe that I'm going for. Like so stinking cute.
Fire.
She was in the store, girl, and the daughter was standing in front of a mirror with the fan. The fan was on the floor, and like Shakira hair blowing. Like she was going crazy, and the mom was recording. But yeah, so cute. That's so
those are. Do you have any makeup products? To
oh my God, I do. I just
you know my girl got to shout out.
You know I'm on the freaking makeup kick. ColourPop. I just got their lip plumping oil. Obsessed.
Really?
Even more obsessed than the first lip gloss. So shout out to you because I am obsessed with these oils. I got 2. I got a color one that just literally tints your lip, and then I got a clear. And baby, these lips be juicy.
Fire.
I ain't kissing nobody, but they be juicy.
But they know. I also just got a new foundation and a new concealer. I've been investing in my skin.
Yes.
But House of Labs, the Lady Gaga one, fire. It leaves your skin. I don't have it on right now, but it leaves your skin. You know, I gotta have it for special occasions.
Yes, ma'am.
That shit ain't cheap. That one, it leaves your skin like skin, like buff, but like fire. And then I got Amaya Cologne put me onto like this concealer. What is it? Damn, she always uses it, and I can't think of the damn name. If I think about it, I'm gonna say it.
Okay, good.
Fire.
Good.
Obsessed.
Definitely put me on because, girl, you know I love me some makeup. So,
Girl, yes.
Now that we're all caught up, do you want to give us the topic of this episode?
I sure do.
Okay, girl. Go off.
Okay, and today we're going to be talking about levels of sensitivity. right? There's so many levels of sensitivity. Sometimes, have you ever heard someone say, oh, she's so sensitive?
Yeah, all the time.
Like, have you said, damn, she's so sensitive?
Yeah, I definitely have said those words before. And I'm also very sensitive. So look at who am I to judge somebody? Because I'm super sensitive.
I have definitely said, like, oh my God, he's so freaking sensitive. Here we go again. I think I just said it the other day. But my talking point for today would be, it's not overreacting. We all have levels of sensitivity. If it hurts, it hurts. No explanation needed. So I am learning that, like, just because it might be sensitive, like it might not be sensitive to you, doesn't mean that that's my reality. And I feel like people don't respect people's levels of like sensitivity, levels of like, oh, that you hurt my feelings. Like to them, it's like, damn, like everything bothers you, or you know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to touch on your pain is not my pain.
I love that. Say that again.
Your pain is not my pain.
Period. Okay. And I think that's a great segue for sort of what I want to get into and really just opening up the conversation of sensitivity, which is it's complex, it's multifaceted trait that influences our daily interactions, emotions, and responses to the world around us.
Right.
So no matter what, like you could be emotionally sensitive, you could be verbally sensitive, you could be physically sensitive. There's all different levels of sensitivity. So it's like everybody needs to be conscientious of what that is. Some may be words, some may be sounds, some may be whatever. And it's like we really need to, as people, especially as friends or in relationships, like be mindful and not expect the person to explain why they're hurt.
They shouldn't. Like, I shouldn't have to explain to you why something made, like, if I sat there and had a conversation with me, like, that really offended me or that made me feel some type of way, I shouldn't, like, have to, like, explain it to you. You should just respect and be like, I didn't mean to, like, hurt your feelings. You know
it
what
wasn't
I'm saying?
my
Like,
intention.
I didn't know. You know what I mean? That's fine. Not like, damn, here she goes again with her, or her sensitivity. Like, I'm trying so hard not to overtalk, yo.
But
yeah.
But it's true. It's true. And I can give you like a prime example of like where I feel like we've been sensitive. Well, I've been more, not that I've been more sensitive, but I'm sensitive to something, which is when like if we're having a fruitful conversation and it's like we're not on this, not that we're not on the same page, but it's like if you have one point of view and I have one point of view and they're not the same. And I feel like, oh, you know, I'm super sensitive when like being spoken to in a loud manner. And you're like, you know, that's like one of the things that you're like, I know, Sarah. And I know that with you, we've learned throughout our friendship that I know you're passionate and you're not yelling at me. Whereas if someone else was talking to me in that manner, I'd be like, yo, why are you yelling at me? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you have to understand your friends and what they are. And you know that about me too. Like, oh, she doesn't like me. Like, you know,
There has to be a happy medium.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Boundary.
Obviously, I can't expect you to change. I mean, like, don't be sensitive to that. And you can't expect me to completely be like, well, this is how I talk.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's not who I am. So the level here, I mean, the common thing here is communication. And I just feel like a lot of people would be like, well, I didn't know. Well, I feel like at this grown-ass age, if you don't know your friends already,
then why are they your friends?
Don't call them your friends. You know, I'm starting to have a real fond respect of the word friend.
Okay.
Just because we chill together, just because we're in the same friend group, just because we have common mutual friends, just because, hey, we could even gone out together for drinks. That doesn't, like, I'm not categorizing just anyone as my friend no more. My friends are the people that know me, that want to get to know me, that understand me, that don't have me, like, that don't force me to change who I am to make them feel more comfortable.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? And if that's not who you are, we don't have to be friends. Like, you really don't. I really don't care.
We're acquaintances. And there's nothing wrong with having acquaintances.
There is nothing wrong with having acquaintances.
But that's learning the boundary of we're not friends and I'm not going to be in certain situations with you and I'm not going to like put myself in a predicament where I feel like I need friends and you don't fit into that category.
Right.
And it's not a bad thing.
No.
But it's something that people need to learn and adjust and accept and not be judgmental. Because my thing is when it comes to like sensitivity and everything, people want to throw rocks when they live in a glass house.
Oh, girl.
This might not be sensitive to you in this moment, but I'm sure something down the line was sensitive to you and you took that shit to the heart.
Right.
And everybody else was looking at you like, damn, why was that so sensitive?
Right, because that's the problem. It's easy to judge, but then when it's your turn, it's now all of a sudden...
It's a big deal and you want everybody to care and you want everybody to feel as though this problem or situation is equally as big to them when it's something maybe so small.
Exactly. So I wanted to go into understanding sensitivity. So the first one is sensitivity can refer to emotional sensitivity, meaning how deeply someone feels emotions. There's people that are super cold.
Yep.
There's people that are super warm. For example, I'm more on the colder side than I am on the warmer side. Like I feel deeply for people, but I don't like when people see me vulnerable and weak. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Sensory sensitivities. I want to get into this so bad. I have like my senses are so heightened that is crazy. I don't know if it's an anxiety thing, but like I can smell more than the average person. I can listen more than the average person. I like everything. Like I remember being on the beach and there was a baby in a diaper on the beach. And she was like maybe like 15 feet away from us. And I'm like, smells like a diaper. And then like my friends are like, what are you talking? We're outside. And I'm sure enough, a minute later, you see the baby with the diaper hanging down. And I'm like, yo, I knew it. I knew. Or another thing is I can hear really like OD. So my sensitivity when it comes to like my senses is on edge. So for example, my mom will be tapping like earlier. She was like this. And I'm like, could you stop? Like, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you don't want to give them attitudes, but Joe, it's just that my sensitivity levels are really crazy.
You know what it is that you've tuned it out for so long, and then it finally is in your brain. You're like, you've reached the point of capacity where it's like it's too much, which I think is a good segue for my next point here, which is there is something called a sensory processing sensitivity. It's when it's a trait where individuals are more aware and responsive to sensory input from their environment. This means that they might notice more subtle details, feel more deeply affected by loud noises or bright lights, and experience emotions more intensely. And that's...
I love that you said that. Hence why I can't be in a really loud spot.
Which is...
Because you may hear, hello, and I'm hearing, hello. So like, I don't want to be in a place that's going to like trigger me. You know what I'm saying? And that's perfect. Like triggers. You need to learn people's triggers. Like instead of judging, like here she goes again with her face, or here she goes again being like this or moody or this. You don't know why I can't be in a loud ass place.
Right. And that's so hard.
Whatever, you know?
Like it's hard for people to understand the outside perspective. But again, if we are close in a relationship, friendship, whatever, common friends, like you would assume like you would have that understanding, or at least respect enough for me to acknowledge like, okay, that's not the best place for her or whatever. And people need to do that. Like we need to go back or just respect boundaries, period.
Right.
There's also physical sensitivity, which is touch, right? So some individuals might be more physically sensitive and experience stronger reactions to pain, illness, or even environmental factors like temperature. So have you ever been around a person where it's like, oh my God, it's so hot? Because that's definitely me.
Yeah, I'm the opposite.
And you're like, oh my God, it's beautiful.
Or cold, I'm freezing, I'm always cold.
Right? And then I'm over here like sweating. Like I got like sweat stains, I got a sweaty ass. Like, and this girl's over here like, oh, this is beautiful weather. And I'm like, bitch, I'm dying. I got to sweat on my upper lip.
Yeah, there's been so much time that I remember being at my house and she'll be like, yo, turn down that heater. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. And I'm like freezing, like.
Literally, bro. And I'm like, okay, but those are sensitivities too.
Those are sensitivities, especially like women going through menopause. I don't know where my mom will be like, it's hitting me. And I'm like, what is it? Like. You know what I'm saying?
Get it together. So I also want to touch on tips for communicating effectively for someone who's highly sensitive. Like we need to start using more gentle language. If you know that your friend's sensitive, like you should be a little bit more gentle. It's not what you say, it's how you say it kind of thing.
Right.
And being mindful of those emotional triggers that we just spoke about, whether it's emotional, physical, or whatever, noise, like we need to be conscientious of that and be good people. And not
less judgy and more understanding.
Yeah.
Because I promise you, if you was to really ask me and sit down like and try, because that's the thing, you can ask me and I can tell you and it goes in one ear and out the other, but there's people that literally try to understand.
Yeah.
Like let me sit down and really like, let me try to understand where she's coming from. And once you have a conversation with me, I promise you're gonna be like, shit, I didn't realize that. Don't be the person that it's gonna happen to you for you to have to understand. Because God don't like ugly.
God don't like ugly, and he also doesn't hold back. So like be prepared to weep what you sow.
That's a fact.
So I don't mean
and your life literally can change. I always say it from one day to the next. Like you could be here today and gone tomorrow, or you could be living a normal life today and a crazy one tomorrow. Like literally, I'm sure that when you had anxiety, it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna just let Sarah know that like I'm peaking, I'm coming. No, it just happens.
Yeah, it literally something triggers, whether it be a scenario, a situation, your brain, just something changes, some sort of traumatic incident happens, and Your life changes from
it.
that moment forward. And you have to work constantly, day in and day out, to be better, to get better, to feel better. I mean, look, I was just basically in a mental breakdown 3 weeks ago, and I've done nothing but work and soul searching and got help, and I've done all these things, but most people don't get to that point, and they can't do it.
Yep.
So, we also got to really realize that. So we touched on some of like the effects of being sensitive and like the topics, but what about the pros of being sensitive?
I think I have some right here, actually.
Perfect.
Benefits of like high sensitivity, empathy and compassion. Lord Jesus, high emotional sensitivity often leads to deeper understanding of others' feelings, fostering strong relationships and effective support. I have changed, and that's why I say don't let situations make you the person to then have to understand because you're going through it. I'm a living example because I was very judgy back in the day. Very. Like, you know what I mean? Now that I've gone through it, I have such a level of like, anytime I see someone being judged, like, oh, she was like this, or she was born like this, or she was this like this, or I'm like, yo, there's always an underlying something to make someone a certain way. No one wakes up and decides to be a bitch.
Period.
No one. There's something deeper that I need to understand and that I want to know to help you out.
Correct.
And so, yes, that's made me a lot more like
aware.
Yeah,
I hear that. I also feel like there was points in my life when I was judgy, especially like seeing mothers in stores, and kids would be just wiling. When I tell you, I'd be like, get those damn kids. And I'm over here like, all right, buddy, it's time to stand up. It's time to stand up. Get off the floor. And I'm like, bro, I used to be that young adult, like, damn, leave those kids at home. Nobody wants to hear your kids scream for 10 minutes in the grocery store.
Right, and then who the heck you supposed to leave your kids to? You got to take them with you.
You got to take them with you.
Yeah.
Like, give that kid an ice cream, something, Yeah. But it's like, I used to be also judgy. But now, once you start to experience things and actually go through what they're going through, life changes, perspective changes. And it's like, wow, I need to open up my eyes and not be so closed-minded because everybody's situation is different.
Yep. That's a really good one. Another one here is attention to detail. So sensory sensitive individuals may notice subtle changes in their environment, which can be adventurous in fields requiring keen observation. So yeah, I'm very observant of everything and everyone. I'm observant of people's attitudes, tones. Ooh. If something's wrong with them, I could see people's sadness through their eyes. Like they could be smiling. I'm just so aware now.
I have that same ability. Like someone can be with the face and I'd be like, what's wrong? They didn't even say anything. Just like I felt their whole energy, everything shifted in a matter of seconds. I'm like, what's wrong? They're like, nothing. I'm like, okay, I'm going to ask you again. What's wrong?
Right.
And my mom, it happened with my mom the other day. And then she was like, oh, X, Y, and Z. I'm like, you see, I told you something.
Something wrong.
Shifted. I don't know what, it wasn't towards me, but I knew something shifted.
Yeah.
And we have to be, as adults, we have to be mindful. We have to be able to pick up on those, like the emotional intelligence of other people, because how are we supposed to have good relationships, good conversations, good communication if we can't even pick up on what they're going through?
Right.
If I look at you and I see that you're fucking crying for help and nobody else is like, and I just let you go. Okay, she's fine.
Right. And
like,
then you hear the next day that the person's no longer here or some shit.
Crazy.
And you could have helped.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's things like that. And then
Crazy.
My last one is enhanced creativity. Sensitivity can be linked to heightened imagination and creativity, and individuals often process information more deeply. Again, me. Like I'm so creative, again, because I'm so highly attentive to detail and to just everything that I just know what I know and I like what I like and I don't like. I'm very in tune with myself and with others that I care for.
I love that.
You know what? I'm even like in tune with people that I don't care for. Yeah. Like I know when someone's not, or they're having fun, if they're not, I just know. I have that gift of discernment to just know. So
you were blessed with that. Most people don't have that, and they're so unaware of what's going on.
Girl, say that again.
They're so unaware of what's going on. They're like delusional. They live in their own world. Like, bro, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Like, pay attention. People are really going through it, or they're having a hard time and they're trying to do new experiences or trying new things, and you just want them to pick up just like how you were. It doesn't work like that.
I agree.
So before we like kind of close out, I just want to go over some like coping things for people with high sensitivity. I would say if you're a highly sensitive individual, to manage your sensitivity, I would do mindful practices such like setting boundaries, finding the time for solitude, and really doing some resilience building. So that way the sensitivity doesn't seem to overwhelm you, because people need to know that it's okay to be sensitive, but you also need to be resilient and fight through those emotions too.
That's true.
right? Like you got to be resilient. You can't just give up like, okay, well, that really hurt my feelings. And then you're never going to do it again, or you're never going to try a new experience. Like, no, we can't do that. So we got to be resilient and just really focus on continuing to try to be better in each situation.
I do like that because I don't ever want to stay victim to my circumstances. You know what I'm saying? I just think in this instance, sometimes people just want to be understood and helped rather than judged.
Yes. So good. I love that you said that. So be more understanding, less judgmental.
And that's it.
Till the next time.
Bye, guys.